Yeah. Okay, guys, welcome back for this media conference with Harry Maguire. Just a reminder, this is embargoed until 6 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday morning. Then we'll have another section at the end, embargoed till 10:30 p.m. this evening. Tim, do you want to get us underway again?
Hi, Harry.
Hi.
A big week coming up. Obviously, the friendly first, but the big picture, how important is it that you use and take full advantage of this week to secure qualification for the Euros next summer?
Yeah, of course, we've put ourselves in a good position in the group. It's never easy to qualify for major tournaments. Obviously, in recent years, we've done it really well and we've been really professional about it. And we've got another big game. Obviously, we've got the friendly first, which we're focused on at the moment. But we know that the big game is Tuesday against Italy, and it's important that we go there and try and get the win and get the qualification.
You received some boos in the Scotland game. Gareth Southgate came out and spoke really well about it, and a lot of the players defended you. Can you just put into words what it means to you when you hear that, how it makes you feel and the impact it has on you and those close to you?
Obviously, I addressed it straight after the game, but playing for my country means absolute everything to me. I've proven that, and over the years, the last 6 years or so since I've been playing, I give everything on the pitch. But yeah, it's opposition fans, so it's not something we can control. But yeah, for myself, I'm an experienced player now, and I know how to block it out, and I know how to focus and concentrate and get through the games. But obviously, it probably affects my family and my friends more than it actually affects myself, especially when I'm playing in the game. I've had so many great nights and so many great memories playing for my country and playing for my club as well. So, no, it's something you play football to create memories, not just for myself but for my family and friends. And obviously, the last year has been a little bit difficult for them to probably enjoy the games as they did in the previous 8-9 years of my career. So. I'm sure it'll change. I'll keep working hard and keep fighting for my place and keep trying to put things right.
The UK and Ireland have been announced today, or confirmed today, as the host for the Euros in 2028. You've been through a home Euros. Just how special is it, and might you still be playing on in that tournament if it's hosted over here?
Yeah, well. Hopefully I'll be in the squad, but either way, I'm sure I'll be at the tournament. I'll either be in the stands with my mates having a few pints, or in the squad helping the lads. But yeah, for sure I'll be supporting or playing either way. I'm a big fan of England, and to have a tournament in this country, you know how the recent tournaments have gone in this country. It brings the country united, and there's a real buzz around the place. And I experienced it playing in the final at Wembley against Italy, which obviously was disappointment in the end. But yeah, it's a special place to be involved in when the team's playing well, and especially in our country.
Thanks.
Hi, Harry. When Gareth picks you in the squad, he always says how well you play for England. Why do you think that is? Where do you get that confidence from when you come away to play for your country? Yeah,
I think the manager brings great belief, gives me great confidence to go out and play, but I get the confidence through experience and nearly 60 caps for my country, been to 3 major tournaments, played in arguably the most consistent, successful England side over the last 5-6 years we have been. So yeah, I get the confidence through the experiences that I've been through, and obviously I believe that I know the manager showing great trust and faith in me, and he gives me the confidence and belief, but also my teammates and the players around me. I feel like I'm really important to them and to the team, and I've got to keep proving that.
Like you just listed there, you've got some massive achievements for the England national team. Do you feel you get credit for what you've achieved playing for England?
Listen, I don't want to be sat here and getting a pat on the back. I've had some huge plaudits over the years playing for my country. Probably the last year or so hasn't been like that, but the previous 5 I was getting loads and loads of credit. So that's football, that's the way it works. A career, you don't just keep playing at the top and not get no criticism. That doesn't happen unless you're the best in the world, and that's probably Ronaldo and Messi, even though they still get criticised as well. So no, it's expected. Look, it's a career of ups and downs with the way the game's going, and especially for defenders and goalkeepers nowadays. And every goal that he conceded is analysed. It can be tough at moments, but you've got to stay resilient, and you know that the next game's only around the corner, and you've got to prove yourself again.
Can I just ask you about the last year? You said it's been tough, and Gareth said after the Scotland game, kind of the talk around you has probably been built into something he's never seen before. Do you feel that yourself?
I try and stay away from it all. Obviously, you can't stay away from it as your family and your friends are probably seeing things and reading things. They probably read a lot more than I do, for sure. But yeah, there's been a lot of talk about me over the last year. But for that talk to happen, you've got to build your way up to be a top performer like I've done over the previous 5 years to that. And things haven't gone to plan over the last year or so. But I'm sure they'll get back on track. And like I said, a career it's a long path, and many ups, many downs. It's probably been a little bit of a blip, and I'm trying to get back to where I was.
Thanks. Carrie. Yeah, let's go.
Harry, emotional scenes at the end of the match against Burnley. So Alex Ferguson has contributed so much to Manchester United. It's hard to ever repay him. So how special was it to get that win in Fergie time with Caffey sadly passing?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, nothing can make him happy at the moment. I know he's probably going through a really sad time, and for all the family. So only what we can do is respect, and everyone at the club, all the players, are all thinking about him and his family. It's a sad time for him, we know that. And if we put a tiny little bit of a smile on his face at the end with scoring in that last minute, we're really happy about that. But yeah, of course, it's a really sad time for him and his family at the moment. So our thoughts are right with him.
It was a lovely assist from McTominay, really sweet. A lot of the responses from Manchester United fans, immense, colossal for your performances, and sorry. What's the last word like to hear?
Yeah, listen, it's like I've said, it's a football career of many ups and many downs, and like I say, hopefully I go on and perform really well for the club and country. I'm getting all the plaudits again, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it's not going to go. There's going to be times where I'm going to receive criticism from now to the end of my career. That's football, and it's how you deal with it. It's how you bounce back, and all what you can do is work as hard as you can. And every day you've got to keep proving that you deserve to be at the level.
Did Ten Hag say anything to you at the end as you went into the international break?
No, he just said really well done, really well played in the dressing room at the end to me. So no, I was pleased just to help the lads. I know it's been a difficult start to the season at this club. The spotlight's always on you, and when you don't win football matches, the pressure piles on. And it was really important with the break coming up, and we know how important the result is before the international break, and how it can bring the feeling towards the club. It was really important that we got the win. I know we left it a little bit late, but yeah, it was really important for us as a group of players to get that victory.
Boyhood Man United fan, big Beckham fan. Have you watched the documentary?
Yeah, I've watched it. I think obviously a lot of people are speaking about me at the moment, but obviously to see what he went through and the resilience that he's shown. And he's been a big role model of mine ever since growing up in the playground. Whenever I took a shot or a free kick, I was always David Beckham. But yeah, it's a great watch, and one that I really enjoyed, but also one that he really inspired me on.
Would you like to have a conversation with him about that, about how he got through it?
Yeah, well, I actually spoke with David about 3 weeks ago after the Scotland game. He got in touch with me, so it was really nice of him, and I really appreciated that.
And I think a lot of people, England fans certainly, were worried over the summer that you were staying with Man United, may not get the match minutes that they'd like you to see. How much was that decision the boyhood fan and the player? How much do you believe you still want to win everything with United? And can you see that happening?
Well, ever since I joined Manchester United, only what I wanted is for the club to grow and for the club to get back out how it should be and be successful. So I've had 3.5 years as captain. I've been there. This is my 5th season, and ever since I stepped through the door, I wanted the club to be a success, and that's even in the last year or so when I haven't been playing as much as I'd have liked. But of course, I want to play minutes. I want to play football. That's why I play the game, and hopefully I can start to get the minutes and continue my career at Manchester United.
It's World Mental Health Week. I couldn't think of a better time for you to be able to give us some of that advice that Beckham gave you after the Scotland game.
Yeah, I think obviously it's not just me. Look, I don't want all the spotlight on me about World Mental Health, because everybody, whether you're a footballer or not, you have challenges every day. And like I said, we're in the spotlight, but every day people wake up with mental health, and whether it's going to their own job, which could be anything. And yeah, it's tough. It's about speaking out, getting support, and speaking to your loved ones, really. And I'm lucky that I have great family and great friends around me.
Is that what David said? Go to your family? Can you give us, I don't want to take a personal conversation away from us, but is there anything you can reveal?
No, listen, I think if you watch the documentary, David explains a lot of how we dealt with it, and I'm not going to go into a personal conversation, I must say.
I understand.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Kerry. Pablo next.
Just bringing it back to 2028, I think a lot has been made of the fact that with 5 host nations, England, won't be guaranteed automatic qualification. Is that a bit of a daunting prospect, the fact that you will have to qualify for your own home tournament?
Yeah, like I said, qualifying for a major tournament is tough. But also, I think you've got to look at it on the positive side. If we don't qualify for the major tournament, we're not really there and ready to compete to win the tournament. This nation now has been successful over a 10-year period, that we now got to start looking at winning these tournaments. And if we can't get out of the group of qualifying, we don't deserve to be there. But yeah, of course, it'd be a nightmare scenario. But on the other hand, we've got to play with great belief and great confidence that we can get out of the group and qualify. And that's what we'll be looking to do. But of course, my eyes aren't really on the 28 at the moment. We've got a big Euros coming up next summer, and one that we're looking forward to.
Obviously, 2028 is a long way away, and there will be players involved in that tournament that we haven't heard of or seen, but you might have, in Manchester United or in England. When you look at the youth talent coming up, are you encouraged by what you see?
Yeah, it's incredible. I think the squad that we've got now has got a lot of senior players who's been through a lot for the country and been to 2, 3, 4 major tournaments. But also we've got some amazing talent, and I think everyone knows that, who watches the Premier League week in, week out, or even watches La Liga now Jude's over there. But yeah, it's we've got some young players coming through, but young players who actually have played a lot of minutes and a lot of experience in big games. So I'm sure come 2028 we'll have whether I'm in it or not, we'll have an amazing squad to go and compete in the tournament.
A lot's also been made about how players coming up now are different to when they sort of, say, 10, 15 years ago. Are you still seeing changes in the way players are developing now? Yeah,
you can say that, but I think the thing with football is that football develops every 3-4 years, maybe even less now. The game just develops and changes in ways in terms of formations and styles and what players are asked to do. And I think that will develop again in the next 4 years. Come 2028, whenever it is the Euros in our country. So, yeah, I think football has developed, but I think also football in general just develops and keeps progressing, and different styles and formations and things. So I think footballers need to go with it, otherwise they'll not have a career.
Thanks, Pablo. Fay.
What was spoken about, but firstly, how did the call come about? And secondly, how much did what he said to you actually help you?
No, it meant everything. I've spoke about throughout my career that David Beckham is someone who I looked up to and I watched when I was a young boy. Unfortunately, I didn't end up on the right wing and scoring and assisting as many goals as he has. But yeah, he was a big role model when I was growing up, and no, I think it just shows how classy he is to reach out to me and to message me, and no, it's something that I really appreciate, and yeah, it was touching, really.
Yeah, there was no social media when he was there, and I've watched the documentary, and the reminder of it was actually quite horrific what he suffered. And the past year for you has been really difficult to, I'm sure, for your family and friends, as you said, to watch. But what was he able to say to you in terms of your resilience, or make you feel, you know, what am I trying to say? Trying to say, how did he fill you with confidence that you're being resilient in this moment?
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to go too much into the conversation, but the main, what he did is he reminded me of the career that I've had today and the big moments that I've had in my career. And I think, like I say, when you're going through tough moments, you've got to think on past experiences and past memories and where you've gone in your career and what you've been through. And every career, like I say, every career is so up and down, and especially when you reach what I've reached in terms of being the captain of the biggest club in the world for 3.5 years, and he's been in that position, and he knows what it's like. And obviously, I watched the documentary, and I couldn't believe how much he went through at the time. So yeah, I know in the documentary, Gary Neville speaks a lot about how resilient he is and as a person, and no, I think he's been a huge role model for many footballers growing up, especially in my era.
Just one last question. It's on Mark Gay. He speaks so highly of you and John Stones and talks about the incredible partnership that you both have. Obviously, with John out injured in the last camp, he was given an opportunity. He's clearly England's future going forward. What qualities does he have that you can see in him as a young player coming up?
Yeah, listen, Mark has done amazing. I think he left Chelsea at an amazing time when he needed to go and play football. I think you think of Mark and you watch him play, and he doesn't look like a young boy playing football. He's experienced. He's the captain of Crystal Palace, and he plays with great experience for a young lad who's going to have I'm sure a long career in the game. He's got all the attributes he needs to be a success as a centre back. And yeah, I'm really pleased for him in the last couple of games. He performed brilliantly away at Ukraine in an hostile environment, and then obviously the friendly in the first half against Scotland. Unfortunately, he had to come off. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be many more games and many more opportunities for him. And I think, yeah, the biggest thing I can say about him is that he's such a young boy with playing with so much maturity.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks, Fay. We'll finish this section with Ian Dennis.
Harry, just on the front row here, you've talked a lot about the resilience that you've shown and the criticism that you've faced. The flip side to that, of course, is at Hampden. There were 3,000 England supporters who never stopped singing your name. I remember being in Guimarães in 2019 when they were singing your chant, the England supporters. So therefore, how much are you looking forward to playing 2 games at Wembley with the backing that the England fans have given you?
Yeah, I've spoke about the England fans ever since I made my debut. Lithuania 6 years ago, I think it was, maybe more. They've been amazing with me. Unbelievable. The support, the faith. People always ask me, how do I get the confidence and the belief to go out and play and do what I do? And yeah, the England fans are a big part of that. They, when the times have been tough over the last year, they've gave me that support. They've gave me that confidence that I deserve to be playing, and I can't thank them enough. And one day I'm sure I'll be in that stand with them, singing along with them.
Do you subscribe to the theory that if you feel right mentally, you're a different player on the pitch? Because I've seen that mentioned today with it being World Mental Health Day.
Yeah, of course. I think football's a real intense sport, and like I say, the spotlight's on everyone at the moment with the media and the social media, and mental part of the game is probably more important than the physical and the technical part of the game at the moment. You've got to make sure that you're mentally ready for what's to come, and the main thing is obviously dealing with the highs and the lows of the sport.
And finally, you had the opportunity to go to West Ham to play regular football. The fact that you didn't do that, what was your thought process and the impact that potentially it could have on your place in the England squad in the summer? Regular game time.
Yeah, of course. Regular game time is really important to me. It has been throughout all my career. The actual opportunity to go to West Ham it wasn't agreed really between the both clubs and myself. So it wasn't just my chance to say yes and I'm going. It wasn't agreed between both clubs. So the actual opportunity wasn't there because we didn't get far enough down the line with it. But West Ham's a massive club. But like I said, my fully focus is still on Manchester United. I want to fight for my place. But of course, game time is really important to me.
Sorry, there is one more in this section. Dan Kilpatrick.
Hi, Harry. You said at the top it was more difficult for your family and friends to enjoy matches over the last year or so. I mean, how does that make you feel? And have they kind of considered even staying away from matches or kind of changing their habits during your sort of difficult spell?
Yeah, obviously, like I've said, you play football for memories, for good times, for myself, but also for my family and my friends, and the tournaments that they've been to, and you'll probably speak to them and they'll say it's the best times they've had and the best times of their life. And obviously the last year has been a bit tougher for them. Yeah, I'd say there's been times where they probably haven't been to as many games as they did previously, especially the away games. But I'm sure over my career they've had amazing times and they'll speak really highly of it. And I'm sure in the future, I've still got many more years left, they'll have some amazing times as well.